Hey everybody, it's that time of the year again. Another year of JW Studios on YouTube. Well, for this one, I'm not even scripting it. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I thought I'd share with you a something funny that happened recently. Some of you may remember that debate, I say that in quotation marks, that I had with that flat Earth con artist Maru Piasanti last year, the guy who just wouldn't shut up and listen, and he kept bashing on about the rocket thrust equation, insisting that the equation proves that a rocket won't work in space, saying, "Oh, you'll need the outside pressure for the rocket to work." Well, no, the equation is literally telling you that if there is an outside pressure, a rocket will be less effective. Okay, the equation is literally telling you that a rocket will work better in space. Anyways, he recently decided to harass me over Messenger with his usual bullshit. Basically, his go-to response, every time you prove him wrong, his go-to response is, "You never studied physics, you never studied physics, you don't understand physics." Oh, the irony. Anyways, we get to this little point here where we bring up the debate. He says, "Yes, of course, and I won with two idiots who never studied physics. So a pressure without a mass?" I say, "No, you ran away like a little bitch when you realized you were cornered. How much you want to bet? $10,000? Want to see my degree?" Again, pressure is force over area. Being a function of mass and acceleration does not make said function of force a mass by extension. He seems to think if it has a mass term in the equation itself must therefore be a mass. That's basically his mindset. Any function with a mass in it is therefore a mass. Idiot, what is force? Force equals mass times acceleration. Again, being a function of mass and acceleration does not make said function a mass. You didn't answer my question, coward. How much are you willing to bet I don't have a degree in astrophysics? $10,000? $100,000? Want to see my degree? Your degrees are for dumb. What formula? What is the formula for force, idiot? I bet 1 million euros. You're only spinning your wheels. As I already told you, being a function of mass does not make said function itself a mass. And I show him this little meme that I created, demonstrating how he spectacularly butchered the rocket thrust equation. Yeah, he actually thinks the mass flow rate is the mass of the propellants. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyways, referring to his little bet of 1 million euros, I say, "Good, 1 million euros, please." And I provide him this digital copy of my degree completion letter. Some personal information is redacted, but as you can see here, it's in my name. And award, Bachelor of Science, major, geology, minor, astronomy, and astrophysics. This proves that I did indeed study physics, and this was awarded by Macquarie University. For the longest time, I had remained quiet about where I studied because the last thing I need on my way to class is stalkers jumping out of the bushes, which does happen. Anyways, this should have been an open and shut case. He bet I didn't study, bet 1 million euros I never studied physics. My degree proves otherwise. He says, "Actually, it's for proving your globe-trot world. Your degrees are for the dumb. Your degrees are for the dumb. You don't know the formula for force." No, those were not the terms you agreed to. I specifically asked you how much you were willing to bet I never studied physics. You said 1 million euros. My degrees proves I did study. Pay up. You study. Oh, he does say I study now. You study, but the earth is flat. You don't know physics. Blah, 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 idiot. What is the formula for force? Where's your degree in physics, asshole? I already answered above. Force equals mass times acceleration does not equal mass. So mass is blah, blah, blah. He basically pushes the same bullshit trying to dodge the issue that he lost 1 million euros. Okay. My 1 million euros, please. I keep pestering him about that because he keeps dodging the fact that that's what he bet. He's pushing his nonsense, not understanding the difference between force, mass, pressure, and his nonsense about the thrust equation. He doesn't understand what drag force is. I actually show him this meme, which I explain to him how to use the equation correctly. And in this case, I'm using the spatial, and which produces more thrust, the rocket in space or the rocket in air? Obviously, the rocket in space produces more thrust because there is no outside pressure acting against the rocket. Okay, all the outside pressure does is it creates a drag force and basically makes the rocket less effective. A rocket doesn't move because it's pushing on the air outside. A rocket moves simply because the nozzle creates a point that is, you see, the exhaust gases, they explode in all directions. Okay, if you have a nozzle which creates a place for the exhaust gases to escape, that means the pressure at the nozzle is going to be less than the pressure opposite the nozzle. More pressure opposite the nozzle means more pressure acting on the rocket. Okay, that should be obvious to anyone who even did friggin' high school math, right? If he studied physics, or for that matter math, he should immediately see that this minus on the P0 is telling him that any P0 will make the rocket less effective. And he keeps dodging the issue. He keeps dodging the math, fails to do the math, and dodges the fact that he bet 1 million euros on ever studied physics. So, take-home message is, if you find this Maru Piasanti asshole, tell him he owes me 1 million euros. He said I never studied physics, and well, my degree proves I did study physics. Find this Maru Piasanti asshole and tell him he owes me 1 million euros.